up to this point so far, who is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Josh Allen. Obviously, we know it's Patrick Mahomes by far, but if we
Statistically, it's Lamar Jackson.
It's close. I ain't gonna lie. It is close. But
they said, how much did he lose by yesterday?
So, did this Monday Night Football game leave you more impressed with the Ravens or the Lions?
I don't know how many times Charles got to put up that crazy 8 and then get disappointed week in and week out. Now, I can't say it wasn't Lamar Jackson's fault why they lost, for sure. He had to bite the bullet this time because 7 sacks, 30 pressures. He got 30 pressures. Like, hey, hey, bro. Like, I don't think y'all know how crazy. He got pressured 30 times.
I don't even think CJ see them numbers.
He got pressured 30 times. Got sacked 7 times. I'm not a fan of the Chargers. I mean, I like the Chargers. They take care of business. Division wins are hard. Don't get me wrong, but hey, I'm not the biggest fan of that division. So
fair enough. Just viewers, keep in mind that there's some people that weren't the biggest fan of Jesus too.
Hey, bro, what? Hey man, say man, welcome back to another episode of Check the Stats Podcast, episode 70. I'm here, I'm your host T Cal. Got my co-host in the building, Big Verse in the building. Behind the camera, you know, it's Jess in the cut. Obviously, we miss him, Sandman. We'll see you soon. But without further ado, man, NFL week full of craziness, full of blocks.
So full of upsets too.
Hey. You already know. Hey, I don't even want to go there, but wait, would you go back, go back, go? How that looking?
You know, Texans lost to the Jets last year.
What that mean? I'm talking about your pick for the NFC North champions with the Green Bay Packers, and they just lost to the Cleveland Browns. So I just
who's first place in the division?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Anyways, Big Jess. Without further ado, man, we got a lot to unpack. NFL Sunday was crazy. Monday was even crazier. I'm sorry that you chose 8. But without further ado, Jess, let's get into it.
All right, so my first question for y'all is, after week 3, which 3-0 team looks the most legit to you guys?
It's a lot of them.
I mean, realistically, I'd probably say the Eagles. Just the resiliency of that win against the Rams. That was extremely impressive. Even though it had to come down to a block, it was still impressive nonetheless.
Eagles on the NFC. As much as I hate to say it, Buffalo looking nice. They looking probably the most consistent out of all the teams in general too. They just shore up that defense. It's a fast track to the number 1 seed.
And just to give them the respect, I'm going to name the teams that are undefeated. We still have the 49ers, the Buccaneers, the Eagles, the Chargers, the Colts, the Eagles, and the Bills.
Yeah.
And what team do you think is fool's gold?
Probably the 49ers. I know that they're undefeated and C-Mac is looking right, but I mean, I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm not going to sit up and say that they're world beaters. So for them to squeak by and still almost give that game away, it kind of left some holes to be filled. And they owe the opponents that they've knocked off as well this season. It just doesn't seem sustainable.
I'd probably say Tampa Bay. Now, although I do like Tampa Bay, squeezing out 3 straight weeks, squeezing out victories against the abysmal Houston Texans offense, the New York Jets with their backup quarterback, and Michael Penix. And obviously, I'm saying Michael Penix for a reason because he just got 30-0 by Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. So
yeah, lost me some money.
So at this point, that loss look even worse on your record now. I mean, that game being that close look even worse for Tampa Bay. Now, hopefully they can get their stuff together. I know they got a gauntlet ahead of them. Let's see who they got. They got the Bills. They got the Lions. They got the Seahawks. They got the Rams. They got some teams. So we're gonna see what they really made of. But so far, I'm not really too impressed with what I've seen with the Buccaneers so far, squeezing by these close wins.
All right, and our defeated teams, our teams without any wins, those are the Jets, the Dolphins, the Texans, the Titans,
The Giants.
the Saints, and that's it. Which of those teams do you think has the best chance of turning things around?
And I didn't want it to be us. I wouldn't even want it to be us at this point. If I had to choose one team, I'd probably say the Giants. Just strictly off the fact that bringing in a new quarterback, bringing in new life, I mean, that could do wonders for an organization, a team, a town. Even if they're not, I'm not going to say competitive, but even if they're not winning the games. Like, just the fact, the sheer fact that you have new blood injecting into your city with a guy that is mobile as Jaxson Dart, that we gonna get into Jaxson Dart later, but I like the New York Giants.
I'll stay in New York, but I'll go the other way. I like the Jets. I'm not sitting up here saying that they could turn it around to be playoff contenders or compete for a division title, but I mean, new face in the organization, Aaron Glenn. You got both quarterbacks looking right in Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor. The team is real competitive in majority of these games. And for the most part, this team is a very different team than we've seen over the past few years.
Yes, sir. So my next question is, up to this point so far, who is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Josh Allen. Obviously, we know it's Patrick Mahomes by far, but
Statistically, it's Lamar Jackson.
I mean, we're not gonna get into that Lamar Jackson stuff, but
it's close. I ain't gonna lie. It is close. But
they said, how much did he lose by yesterday? 8.
Hey, we gonna get into it for sure.
But Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league right now.
I'll take Lamar, and it definitely doesn't help my case saying that when he's 1 and 2. But I mean, if we're talking pure statistics, along with his impact on the game in terms of what causes his team to lose versus win, it's kind of hard to say anybody other than him. Now, Josh Allen is the only other guy, but I mean, I chose my side and I'm sticking with it.
Is there any college football program that surprised you this week?
I mean, I wouldn't really say call it a surprise. I mean, if you want to say Syracuse beating Clemson, but I mean, at this point, Clemson is a punching bag. So I'm like, you can't really even be surprised when they lose. You just, by how much?
Yeah, called a spade a spade. I called it a few weeks ago. Them boys dabbles when you don't got them ready, and shows another loss. 3 of the first 4 games, and they were supposed to be the most likely representative of the ACC to go to the college football playoff. Shoot, they would be lucky to have probably a winning record in the conference.
Did anybody stand out to you guys, or any changes in the Heisman race for you guys?
Not really. A lot of the top-ranked teams played the money schools, the teams that they're paying to basically get their ass beat. So it's not really. It wasn't like ranked matchup versus ranked matchup, good matchup versus good matchup. Best one you could potentially say was Utah versus Texas Tech.
That was a beatdown.
But even still, it was like, shoot, if you watch the first quarter alone, it was a turnover fest. Interception, fumble, interception, fumble. Like, that thing was crazy.
Yeah. The only person that I guess I would change would be Mateer, but that's because of the hand injury that he's getting surgery for.
So whether it's college or the NFL, what was the best game this week?
I would, if I had to go one game, so
there was a lot of good games this week.
I would probably go, I'd probably go Rams, Eagles. The most competitive games against 2 high-level NFC contenders. And I don't know how they won that game for sure, especially with the Rams being up 26-7, and I picked them. So I mean, it makes it even worse for me. But I think that was by far the best game of the weekend so far.
It was, just to give a different opinion out there. Even though the team that I predicted lost, I'd say the Lions and the Ravens. That was a light show. That was two competitive teams that are the hierarchy of their respective conferences, and they put themselves to the test and put forth their best effort, at least offensively. And for two teams as high-powered as them, what more can you ask for as a fan?
All right, factor cap. No team that has started the season 0-3 has made the Super Bowl.
The start of the season 0-3.
Fact. No team starting 0-3 has made the Super Bowl. That's a fact. They haven't made the Super Bowl.
It's been 100 years. I gotta go Cap.
That's correct. There's no team who started 0-3 and made the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Through week 3, the Pac-12 has more ranked teams than the SEC.
Cap, because Pac-12 is deceased.
No, that's not deceased, but
No, it's two teams in it. So I mean, essentially, it's deceased.
And the SEC probably got two teams in the top 10 alone.
True.
That is correct. The Dolphins have averaged 30 points per game under Mike McDaniel in September.
The who?
I think that's fact.
Wait, who?
Fact. Mike
Dolphins.
The Dolphins did what?
30 in September. I think that's fact.
Wait, 30 like
Points per game.
this year?
No. Just hit in his tenure. Like all the years he's been ahead.
Oh yeah.
I thought
I thought you were talking about this year. I'm about to say, hey, chill. Them dudes a dog.
I seen something that said Mike McDaniel put him on another team, give him a chance.
Hey, H-Town. What's up? We need an OC, baby. What's up?
Well, yes, that's cap, but it's actually true that their defense allows about 30 points per game.
Oh dang,
Extremely believable.
that's true too.
Do you think Justin Herbert is more, less, or equally successful if he switches places with Tua?
Less successful. I mean, that line is. He got a bad line too. Don't get it wrong. Like, I promise you, with an infrastructure, an average quarterback can look like an all-star. Not to say Herbert is average, because he's not average. But with an offensive line, it does wonders for your quarterbacks. So,
Yeah, you can only do so much with being faster than the other team on the offensive side of the ball if you're not able to protect. And if the play calling and the management skills isn't crisp, then it's not too many quarterbacks that would thrive. It's honestly a shocker that Tua has been as good as he was for this long.
So who's more successful if CJ and Bryce Young switch places?
CJ, by far. I mean, you have a top up-and-coming weapon in Ted McMillan. B, the line is significantly better than what Houston dealing with. Now, defense may not be worth nothing, but shoot, at the end of the day, you have an offensive line and some relative weapons, especially with Chuba Hubbard. I like Chuba Hubbard. I like Sanders out of UT. Like, they have some weapons. So I would say that CJ went to Carolina for sure.
Yeah, same. You would think that if you put Bryce on the Texans with the big names we got at running back and receiver, that would make all the difference in the world. But if you've watched the Texans game, you can see how all that can evaporate in literally less than 2 seconds.
You could put no quarterback on the Texans and they'll be successful. I'm sorry. You can put Patrick Mahomes on the Texans and they won't be successful. If you don't believe me, watch the tape. Just watch the tape.
So who's more successful if Isaiah Pacheco and Nick Chubb switch places?
But Nick Chubb, because Nick Chubb is a way better running back than him with the broken leg.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, and it's ironic because the third time wasn't the charm. He did get his over, unfortunately, but it's pretty shocking.
That ruined me.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
Ruined me.
It's pretty shocking though.
If you see a trend, take the opposite.
Hey, Mark Andrews under 35.5 yards cost me so much money last night, man. So much.
Nothing but greens, just take the opposite. I'm sorry.
See, but here's the thing though. The fact that his best running game of the season was still less than 50 yards is terrible. Chubb got that in his first game. And if I'm not mistaken, he probably got that against Jacksonville.
True.
Last but not least, what if Caleb Williams and Dak Prescott switch places?
Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott. I think they both relatively be the same, if not, about the same. Because, I mean, O-line play, I probably would slightly lean Dallas. Weapons, I mean, about what and what. I mean, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, but then you got Roma Dunze, you got Colston Loveland, you got DeAndre Swift, you got DJ Moore. I mean, it's weapons on the Bears, and especially with Luther Burden. I mean, we seen what Luther Burden just did on the flea flicker. So
I'll probably lean Dak, honestly. And
that's your boy, son.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, would I rather have Schottenheimer or would I rather have Ben Johnson? Like, we seen the level of creativity that they work with, and mind you, Dak is playing really well. But I didn't have much faith in Chicago, and to be honest, I still don't. But you see why they hired Ben Johnson, because of the performance that he put up last week.
All right. Only speak if you disagree. Trevor Lawrence is a top 10 quarterback in the league.
No, hell no.
He's a bottom 5 quarterback. That's what he is.
And mind you, I'm not even trying to troll. Hell no.
The Denver Broncos will win a playoff game before the Raiders win a playoff game.
No. Along with Bo Nix is the QB of that team, absolutely not. He's the worst quarterback in the league.
I can't go that far.
Who's worse than Bo Nix?
You telling me that Bo Nix is 32 out of 32 starters?
Yes.
Did you see, hey, I'm sorry. Did you see Russ?
I mean, he's not started no more.
Russ is 32 to you?
Shoot, I mean, he got benched for a reason.
Yeah, that's what he's not a part of that Knicks no more. I would take Dart over Bo Nix, and he ain't played a real snap of NFL football.
Nah, I'm sorry. I understand that 3 weeks haven't been the greatest level of football, and they lost a lot of winnable games up to this point. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say he's not a top half quarterback in the league. But I'm not gonna sit there and act like he's just a straight bum. Like, have you not seen Spencer Rattler?
He said Spencer Rattler. That situation is atrocious.
Have you not seen what Bryce been doing? I mean, he did cook Atlanta, but I mean, shoot.
Hey, he cooked. What can we say the same about your boy Bo?
Hey,
we know why he's so passionate. He chose them for the AFC West, so you gotta stick with your guns.
I chose him, but I don't think my chances are shot just because he's having a bad stretch of football. It's September. Let's talk in November.
I know. I'm telling you, they're shot, brother.
No.
They're shot.
I hear you. I don't feel you.
All right. I need you guys to play rock, paper, scissors, and the winner gets to tell the other person who has the best defense in the NFL.
But we going on shoot or what?
Shoot.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Crazy to say. Cleveland.
You agree or disagree?
Look at the stats.
I agree.
They got some dogs, bro.
I agree.
They got some dogs. Hey, I told you too, Myles Garrett, DPOY. Who's playing better than him realistically?
No, nobody. Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in the league. Let's keep it a bean.
All right, the timeline test. So, with 4-time Pro Bowl, multiple passing records, and 2 playoff wins, is this player overrated, properly rated, or underrated? Tony Romo.
Probably
Overrated.
Yeah. And you get a lot of buzz when you got that star on your helmet. But I mean, like, what he was for Dallas was pretty special. But for him to be essentially surpassed by the likes of Dak Prescott, who, mind you, hasn't done much in his postseason career, but was relatively effective his first year as a starter once you got hurt, that kind of tells me everything that I need to know about what Tony did.
No, Tony Romo's underrated. I mean, he's overrated. Obviously, Cowboys, the star in the helmet, like Charles said, shoot, it gives you a lot of, how can I say it? I mean, I watched him too much when my uncle was a Cowboys fan, and he was never the best. I mean, him, the Dad Bryant was a solid connection, but outside of that, Tony Romo was just an average Joe playing in a big market with a GM with a humongous personality that knew how to promote his guys. So obviously Tony Romo is who he is today. because of the Cowboy logo, not because of his play.
Yeah.
All right, so this franchise here has 2 Super Bowls, a perfect season in '72, and no rings since '73. How do we feel about the Miami Dolphins?
At this moment in time, probably properly rated. I mean, we're not looking at them as world beaters, but they're not. For a majority of their franchise, they've never really been the worst team in the league. They've had some down years, but then they've also had some years where you get a little bit of buzz. Mario Williams, the Tua experiment where he ended up taking them to the postseason multiple times. I mean, you don't really expect much from the Dolphins, and because of that, I don't expect to have them highly rated.
Yeah, they're probably overrated to me. I mean, they've been in contention a couple of years, dating back to that. I think it was originally when they picked up Tyreek and got Waddle, of course. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we had high expectations for him having who was on that team around that time? Ramsey. They had Phillips. I mean, they had guys.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Wait, huh?
Minka.
No, we talking about when Mika wasn't on the team. Because Mika was on the Steelers.
Yeah.
So, like, that team, then it was Xavier Howard, J. Ram. They had some guys, for sure. Yeah. Christian Wilkins. Like, that team was supposed to be at least competitive. And anytime it got cold, they pooped the bed. And ever since then, they had never been able to get it back. So, I would probably say overrated. They should have been they should have had some level of success in the playoffs within the last couple of years of having all that talent.
Yeah, and I said Mario. I meant to say Ricky.
All right, so this player is a 2-time All-Pro. He has a 1,000 season. Notable injuries and no Super Bowl. How do you feel about Christian McCaffrey?
Oh man, I mean.
Incredibly rare to get a 1,000 passing yard, 1,000 rushing yard season.
But it's also incredibly rare to get him on the field for a long period of time, too.
True, but dang, like, you just think about it. He won Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He was the best team on the Super Bowl runner-ups. If I had to say, I would probably say he is...
he's a top-tier back. I mean... it ain't much more I could say about that. Like, I think he's properly rated. There's a reason why he's constantly bet on to be the fantasy darling in multiple seasons dating back to carrying the lifeless Carolina Panthers.
For sure. I'd probably say properly rated too.
Would you rather build around Brock Purdy or Jordan Love for the next 5 years?
Probably
Jordan Love.
Probably Jordan. Because Brock, I mean, he got the infrastructure. And to be fair, Jordan does too. But it definitely helps when you got a number one receiving threat in Ayuk. He's not here right now, but having him on the roster, a top-tier tackle as a talent who's also not always available, but it definitely helps. George Kittle as well, C-Mac, one of the best running backs in the league, a play call like Sean McVay. The only thing that's comparable that Jordan Love has is Josh Jacobs and Matt LaFleur.
I'll go Jordan Love as well.
Last but not least, who is a better quarterback, Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a winner. That's all you can ask for. And shoot, he's proven it week in and week out. He can do it with his arm, even though a lot of people say it's not asked of him to throw the football. When he's throwing this shoot, he's looking a lot more effective than Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott do that. He throws the football for a living. Obviously, we can say the same for Jalen Hurts, but we know how dynamic he is with his legs, how much his legs means to his team's overall success. So, I would have to go Jalen Hurts.
Is that a 180?
Not a 180, but like at the end of the day, you got to have context. I just think context is like, they just came back with him having to throw the ball. In every Super Bowl, he had to throw the football and looked pretty good doing it. NFC Championship looked pretty good throwing the football. Now, he has had a lot of times where he looked poo throwing the football. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, being a quarterback, it's all about moments. Do you show up in the moments or do you shrink? And Dak has shrunk in every single big moment that he's possibly had in his NFL career. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, you can't really say the same. It's a complete opposite. Jalen Hurts has stepped up to the plate, if not overachieved expectations anytime he had any level of pressure on him.
Yeah, I'll say Hurts as well. Dak, he's definitely outperformed any expectations I've ever had since he came into the league as a fourth-round pick. But so has Jalen Hurts. I mean, no one expected him to come and fill in for the shoes of Carson Wentz and be have a playoff appearance in every single season he's been a starter.
True.
So, is the Texans season officially over? And who are we going to blame for this 0-3 week 3 loss?
No, it's not over. I will say I've definitely lowered my expectations from them. I thought that they were going to be at worst case scenario, a division winner with a slim chance of being able to knock off the top dogs in the AFC. And you would think that the easiest path for them to do so would be an 0-2 start from Kansas City, a 1-2 start from the Ravens, and a Buffalo team with a terrible defense. But when we're in a position when we lose games to the likes of Jacksonville, we're in a position we haven't had a game where we scored over 20 points. We're in a position we haven't scored more than 2 touchdowns in a game. And even from our defensive side of the ball, we're in a position we only forced, 2 turnovers on that side of the ball, not including special teams. That's a problem. Now, granted, we are the only team or the latest team to go to the postseason after an 0-3 start. We are also a team that has a lot of valuable pieces, a lot of great players on our squad that can make some changes and hopefully turn this ship around. But I held the Texans to a high standard of being able to knock off a team like Jacksonville, but I was aware that they were capable of beating us. And I am aware that Tennessee is most definitely capable of beating us. But at the same time, if we go down 0-4, that's when I put the nail in the coffin. I'm not sitting up here saying that we're going to mess around and go win 14 straight games in a row, because that's not possible for us. But we have the potential to still find a way to, at the very least, compete for a playoff push.
I agree with Charles. 0-3, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, we've done it before, but obviously the trend of how this offense is going is only going down and down and down. For starters, we released C.J. Gardner-Johnson today, even though that has nothing to do with offense. We released one of the guys that we traded that was supposed to be one of the biggest key acquisitions that we got this offseason is no longer on our team. Yep. Mind you, he wasn't playing the best, but some reports coming out that he's complaining about a role. He wants to be basically in that nickel spot where Petrie is, and now he's comparing paychecks. Like, at the end of the day, you're good, but you're not that good, buddy. I'm sorry. Like, it's not like he was just out there just clamping stuff down like the honey badger. Like, he was another average Joe. Like, when we cut him, I'm just like, okay, just go put in MJ Stewart. Ward will be back next week. Like, I'm not tripping on C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Go back to the Eagles where you belong, because for some odd reason, you can have no other success than with the Philadelphia Eagles. He went to Detroit, he was trash. He came back here, he was good. I mean, he came back to Philly, he was good again. Like, unfortunately, that's probably the only place you're going to have success. Now let's go to the Texan offense, man. Anemic, awful, pitiful, disgraceful. Any word that you can potentially say that's bad, that's what you can say about the Houston Texans offense, man. We average 12.7 points a game. Do you know how bad that is?
That's number 32.
That's the worst in the NFL.
And I know, Charles, you're a football player. What is the offense? Scripted plays? How many plays are that they come out? It's scripted plays at the beginning of the game. How many plays?
It's usually the first drive in its entirety, but minimum 10.
10 scripted plays, and we couldn't get anything going. We could not get anything going. I mean, our run game is anemic. Our run game is awful. We are 26th in the league in passing yard. We can't throw the football. Our successful play rate is 28th rate in the league. We are successful at anything offensively. We can't put 1 and 1 together without equaling 3. Like, we're that bad. Like, not only is the OC an idiot, like, it's like, I'm sorry. Hey, I'll be the first one. Hey, come back, Bobby Slowick. Please come back. Nick Caley is awful. I hate Nick Caley, man. I mean, I thought it got worse with Bobby. I thought it was bad enough. But he said, I'ma up it. I'ma up the ante.
Yeah.
He gonna call even more screenplays. We had our second round rookie on an island with Josh Hines Allen, one of the top edge rushers in the league, with no help. No help. He's getting annihilated out there. I mean, when I tell you he took his lunch money, put it back in his pocket, and took it again, he annihilated that man that day. I mean, and it doesn't make it any better when you got Laken Tomlinson out there. I mean, trash. I mean, he got to the point he got benched. We put Juice Scruggs in the game. And Juice Scruggs was a part of that horrendous offensive line from last year. So that just goes to show it don't matter who we put in there in the game. We don't have the talent on the line on our team to make that significant difference. We will not block for C.J. Stroud. I repeat, we will not block for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud has not looked the best. I'm not going to sit there and cap. He has regressed a little bit. But can we also give it some context? He has no time to throw. No time at all. And honestly, I think he's seeing go. I mean, I'm saying it's a week in, week out basis, and I'm sounding like a broken record. But it's like he's not pulling the trigger on throws. He's not layering the ball. I mean, Nico Collins fumbling the ball. Out of all things, he's dropping passes. He's fumbling the ball. The run game has nothing going whatsoever. I don't see enough Jalen Noel on the field. I don't see enough Jaden Higgins on the field. But you know I see Hutchinson. You know I'm going to see Hutchinson. Christian Kirk was a non-factor. He made a couple key catches in the fourth quarter. But outside of that, I mean, what impact? Like, we was missing that for so long. Like, Christian Kirk, I'm sorry, average Joe. I mean, we have no spark. We have no spirit. We're having player-only meetings. Like, we're not getting this together no time soon. I don't think anybody on this team believes at this point. We're releasing top players on our team. The guy that was just, oh my God, Messi got released. I'm gonna need that 8. And all of a sudden, shoot, 8's available again. Who wants 8? Because shoot, he don't got it no more. He's cut. Like, we don't know the likelihood of Stingley playing this week.
And Will got hurt at the end. So.
Will Anderson got hurt, and he's number 1 in the league in pressure rate. Even over Myles Garrett, the best player in football on the defensive side of the field. He is number 1 in pressure rate. We have 2 top 10. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter's top 10 in pressure rate. And we're holding teams, bro. Oh my God. Like, I'm telling you, bro, 17 points. The Jags was awful. They were trying to give us the game. They were trying to give it to us, and we just said, we don't want it. No, we don't want it. You take it. Please take it. Like, Travis Hunter did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Brian Thomas did nothing up until that final catch.
Hey, Shane Waldron. And I seen it on TikTok. Shane Waldron, wherever he goes, he ruins the receiver. And whenever they leave, they blossom. When he was with LA, Cooper Kupp was Cooper Kupp, like just normal. And then he left, and then he was Triple Crown. He went to Seattle, JSN, you know what guy. And then he left, and then John JSN, one of the best receivers in the league. Like, not Brian Thomas. I mean, he was nice before he got. Oh my God, now he's mid. Like, he has 117 yards within 3 weeks. I mean, this guy's awful. Like, Shane Waldron is awful, but yet and still, he called a hell of a better game plan than Nick Caley.
And I think that's saying something too, man. Like, it's not even just the play calling that's just so, like, baffling to me. It's like, it was legitimately a point in time when I seen 3 guys on, I think, Josh Allen Hines. And he still got through. Mind you, we're max protecting, and CJ's running for his life. It's like, where's the effort? Where's the heart, the pride? Like, at a certain point in time, that comes from the top down, and if it's not instilled from the head coach, then where else is it coming from? The players can only do so much when they don't have anything to play for, and it seems like we're losing it every single game that we walk into, and our defense gives their heart and soul up just for the offense to not pull their end of the bargain. And that's, at the end of the day, that's just terrible. Like, where's the game plan? Where's the adjustments? Where's any type of activity that showcases that we give a damn on the offensive side of the ball? The defense is holding teams to under 20 a game. We haven't had a game in which a team scored more than 3 touchdowns. And the only time that they did literally came down to the final 59 minutes and 54 seconds of that Bucs game. We held a Jacksonville team to 17. And the only reason they got to 17 is because we let them walk into the end zone rather than kick a game-winning field goal. We held the Rams, who just dropped 26 in the first, 35, 40 minutes on the Eagles to 14 points. And you're telling me that's not enough for the offense to do their damn thing? You're telling me the first week of the season we can't score a touchdown? The second week of the season we only score in the first and last possessions of the game? And the third week we couldn't get a damn win against measly Jacksonville? That's terrible. That's awful. And if there isn't any type of improvement, like, think about how bad it is. I know you get on me about me being a true Texans fan, whatever the case may be, but we both ordered jerseys, and we have yet to wear them. Because we don't have a reason to. I bought 4 jerseys. Bro. And each and every single one of these players had some type of negative impact in last game. CJ is probably playing the worst stretch of ball I've ever seen him play in a Houston jersey. Will Anderson Jr., we don't know his status at the time of this recording. Neither do we know Stingley since he got hurt in the first quarter. And Nico Collins had the best game of the season just from the fumble at the end. Like, what am I going to wear a jersey with pride at this point? It's terrible. It sucks.
You see, sure, I got the leeway to wear it at work, and I ain't want to wear it at work. It's rough being a Texan fan, but my final comment so we can move on. If we're going to be bad, just go all the way through with it. Just be awful.
Yep.
Just be flat out awful. Don't get my dang hopes up no more. I'm sick of sitting in front of television having all this hype. I'm boosting my team up just for us to get our ass kicked. If we're going to do that, let's get it kicked all 17. But if we're going to come out here and compete, bro, hey, Charles, I'm telling you, I might gotta get Big Jess to go and get Kaylee right. He already said he was ready to go to NRG and get some straightening done.
Hey, the only thing I'll say is Sunday will tell me everything I need to know. Should I give a damn or should we talk about something else?
Man, shoot, I know it's a conflict of interest. Cam Ward, your boy, versus my team. I mean, shoot. It's gonna be a real heated debate when that comes up, and hey, I can't wait to have it. Shoot.
1-3, somebody gotta win.
Hey. See, he done won another draft pick. Like, bro, how many picks do you need? You already got Cam Ward. You got Calvin Ridley. Like, what else you need? Tony Pollard. I mean, you got all these good players. Now you want to be the worst team again.
I'm confused when they all decided to play in NRG.
Huh?
Next week.
Oh, so they got traded to Houston in less than a week? That's what we doing?
Who?
I'm so confused.
Hey, bro.
I'm confused.
This dude here, bro.
Hey.
So, did this Monday Night Football game leave you more impressed with the Ravens or the Lions?
The Ravens. I mean, Lions for sure. Lions. I mean, I don't know how many times Charles got to put up that crazy 8 and then get disappointed week in and week out. Now, I can't say it wasn't Lamar Jackson's fault why they lost for sure. But, I mean, he's to go with a little bit of blame as well. I mean, he got sacked 7 times. But a part of that, he holds the ball the longest in the NFL. So he's trying to create and make those marvelous plays that we done seen him do in the past. But unfortunately, shoot, he had to bite the bullet this time because 7 sacks, 30 pressures. He got 30 pressures. Like, hey, hey, bro, like I don't think y'all know how crazy. He got pressured 30 times.
I don't even think CJ see them numbers.
He got pressured 30 times, got sacked 7 times. I mean, Derrick Henry, he's on a fumbling tour. I mean, shoot, hey.
Every single game this season.
Detroit, I got you one. Hey, you know what? Hey, I got you one. Cleveland, I got you. First game of the season against Buffalo, I got you.
Keep in mind, too, 2 of those fumbles came in the most critical moments.
Critical time, 28-24, and they're driving. Fumble the ball. I mean, that hurt. That hurt. But I think the Ravens, if you're a Ravens fan, it's time to have real conversation. Roquan Smith is not that guy. I'm so sorry, but I said this last year. Roquan Smith was not that good. And, I mean, it just goes to show he had no impact out there whatsoever. He's getting line drive by linemen. He's not making any plays in a run game whatsoever. I mean, Penei Sewell, I mean, shoot. Hey, shout out Big Jets, by the way. So, you got the guards, the brand new guard, Tate Radlich, and freaking the new center that they got. These are new guys.
They're not average Joes, though. I will say that.
They're not average Joes.
Tate Radlich?
Yeah.
Yep. They're not average Joes at all.
They get it manhandled. That defensive, oh my God, that defense in a whole. I don't want to ever hear Baltimore has the best defense in the league anymore. No. I don't care about no names. I don't care who didn't play. Baltimore, I told y'all from the beginning. I don't care about them names. Y'all are not good. They're missing. They are missing Mike McDonald. They are missing him, man. Oh my goodness. Because I mean, I don't know what you're doing out there, shoot, but it was a physical football game. Dan Campbell imposed his will. He was 3 of 3 on 4th downs. I mean, just everything that you would want in a team to take their will. I mean, oh my gosh, David Montgomery. First off, you blew my ticket. I can't forgive you for that. But Sonic and Knuckles was real. They were extremely real. I think Gibbs had 69. Montgomery had 151.
From the bench.
On the bench, 151. They couldn't stop anybody out there last night. J-Mo got it started early in the intermediate game with his speed, and then St. Brown took over late. I mean, Detroit showed their muscle last night. Defense, I think I was more impressed on the defensive side more than the offense, strictly off of the defensive game plan that they had dialed up for Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar Jackson could not get busy whatsoever with his legs. It was a spy or two everywhere on the field, wherever he went. And that line got home, and they feasted. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson wreaking havoc. I keep forgetting his name. He had 2.5 sacks yesterday. What was his name?
I don't know his name, but I do know the name of the defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepard.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, boy. Hey, if that's how they're coming after Aaron Glenn's departure.
They're going to keep losing D coordinators week in and week out. I don't even know how to say his name. Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Muhammad, 2.5 sacks. Jack Campbell, 1 sack. Derek Barnes, 1 sack.
And you know what's probably the most impressive thing about that performance? They lost Marcus Davenport not too long ago.
Oh, yeah, they did.
So, like, having that performance when you're losing one of your huge pass rushers, when it's known that your team has to step up in some way, shape, or form and replace a player of his caliber, shoot, hey, they 7 sacks against probably the best or second best quarterback in the NFL. It's kind of tough.
All right, lean probably down to second best. But, man, that was an impressive defensive performance by far from Detroit, even though they did give up 30. I mean, they gave up that 6 in garbage time, but their game plan that they had on the Ravens needs to go noticed. Like, that was like Malik Cunningham. You did your job in that practice squad. He was Lamar Jackson of that practice. Because they literally signed him the week before the game so he could beat Lamar Jackson in practice. So, Jess, I know you remember we used to be at Elkins and LaRon and D-Jack would imitate the other team best player and got us right for the playoffs. That's literally what he did. And got them right to the T, man. Them guys went out there, they played fast. I mean, Terrion Arnold, I mean, he's still getting cooked from a week-in, week-out basis. But they held Zay Flowers in check. Even though they let Mark Andrews pop off, Zay Flowers was held in check. DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, you're not really expecting too much out of him, but he didn't have the big splash play he done had these last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, Derrick Henry, he was relatively quiet, only 12 carries. Again, they stopped that run game extremely fast. But I think the weird thing about the Ravens is your identity is a run-first team. So now all of a sudden you're trying to switch it up because of what Lamar Jackson had proven to be one of the best pocket passers in the league. No. Your bread and butter is on the ground. And the difference between reason why Detroit won and the reason why the Ravens won. When Detroit got stopped, when their runs were going nowhere, what did they do? They kept pounding the rock. They did not stop just because they was getting some negative plays. When it went negative for the Ravens, what did they do? They go back, drop back pass, Lamar Jackson save us again. It's no reason that you give Derrick Henry the extension if you're not going to feed him the ball.
I kind of disagree a little bit about that. Only reason is because I did see what the Ravens did. Like, I got so pissed off at what the Texans did when we got the ball on the 1 yard line and we threw the ball like 2-3 different times. Because I could live with the Ravens going 4 and out on the 1. I could live with that. They stopped the best running, or one of the best running backs this generation has ever seen, in 3 straight plays, 2 dives and a toss, forcing him to go backwards. And then they end up playing the RPO probably as best as I've ever seen them do that against Lamar Jackson quarterback team in my life. So I could live with that. I also thought that the Ravens lost that game off of that drive too, because when you get that close to the end zone and you don't get home, it's extremely demoralizing for the offense and demoralizing for the team. Because Detroit went and on a 10-minute drive immediately after 98 yards to the crib? That's crazy. Now, and they had multiple drives with 90-plus yards taken off of the field. So that's insane. I was impressed with what I seen from Detroit. I mean, we were talking about Kelvin Shepherd, but it doesn't seem like they missed Ben Johnson too much. Maybe the Packers just had that game plan dialed up on week 1, or maybe it just took maybe longer than expected to get the gears grinding. I mean, 52 points against the Bears in week 2, and then you follow that with a 38-piece. That's 90 points in 2 games. And that's against 2 teams that we expect a lot out of, at least from the beginning of the season. Chicago has some high hopes, and the Ravens just title or bust at this point. Aiden Hutchinson, you look like a man amongst boys. Azzaloni, Jack Campbell, y'all boys did y'all thing. Even Brian Branch, I like what I've seen from him at that safety position. I just left the game probably more disappointed at the Ravens, because it's like, now I don't necessarily think you have a bunch of real questions to ask or answer until we see the results of what you do against the Chiefs. Because that's 2 teams that's fighting for their lives at this point. Like, 1-3 isn't the end of the world, but at the same time, like, John Harbaugh, you've been having these boys ready for the regular season multiple years in a row, and you don't find a way to get it done in the postseason. Well, maybe that window has come shut because you got a quarterback that finished the game with a 143.8 passer rating out of 154. That's an A out of an A+. That's as high as you possibly could ask for him to play. You ended up losing that game when you scored 30 points. You're one of the highest scoring teams in the NFL, and that's after Detroit dropped 52. So it's like your offense is doing its job, but the defense is so putrid and terrible, then it's like it's literally the opposite of what the Texans got going on. The offense for that team is high-powered, high-octane, fast, very adaptable, can do a lot of different things. Quarterback playing some of the best ball of his life. A running game that is extremely consistent. Weapons that might not be the biggest names in the world, but you see plays from Coley, you see plays from Andrews, you see plays from Hopkins, you see plays from
Walker.
I even seen Justice Hill go crazy for a stretch in time. And mind you, you say points in garbage time, they cut a 2-possession game to a 1-possession game. I don't think that's garbage time. They still had a realistic chance of either tying or winning if they got that 2-point conversion or the onside kick. But at the same time, when your defense is giving up $150 to the backup running back, and you still find a way to let Jahmyr Gibbs pop off as a starter, when you can't get a stop on 4th down on not 1, not 2, but 3 different possessions, and when you're in a position where your defense is the kryptonite on a squad and organization where it's literally been the identity since we've both been alive, that's a huge problem. John Harbaugh, you got to clean that up, because they're going to mess around. Even with as successful as a head coach you've been, they might put your head on the pike.
Man, at the end of the day, I think we can all leave out of here saying, me personally, I don't believe the Ravens are true contenders, even though this is another season where they have started off slow like they did in previous years. So I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I just don't see these problems getting fixed. Even if they add all their defensive pieces back with Kyle Van Noy, Jair Alexander, anybody else who missed last night, I just don't see them turning this around, man. They're players that they invested so much money into, invested so much responsibility on that field to. isn't making the play. Roquan Smith is the leader of that defense, and yet and still he's hiding behind line because he's afraid to get his nose in and get dirty. He just good for like screaming and getting blocked. At the end of the day, the Ravens, you got the Chiefs next week, so hopefully you can build off some positive momentum playing another team that's struggling to I mean, but shoot, they don't got Rasheed Rice or Xavier Worthy, so Lord knows when they get done what they'll look like. But if they don't bounce up back and they go 1-3 after playing the Chiefs, man, it's going to be a rough time in Baltimore. It's going to be some uncomfortable questions for Harbaugh for sure.
To be fair, the Ravens, 3 of their first 4 opponents are teams we expect to be competing for a championship. Detroit is no pushover. The Bills got the reigning MVP, and they just were in the AFC Championship game. And the Chiefs, we never can count them out. They went to the Super Bowl the past 3 seasons. But at the same time, if they, like, the AFC is in disarray. Top tier teams going down. Texans essentially are a non-factor until proven otherwise, and that's if. The Chiefs are 1-2, and their only win was against a team that is as putrid as the Giants with Russell Wilson at quarterback. And you're literally the only team that probably matches up with Buffalo better than any team in the NFL. You have to make some type of impact in terms of closing that gap because, like I said, this looks like a fast track for Buffalo to get that 1 seed, and it doesn't seem like anybody's stopping it.
Correct.
What's your reaction to the Eagles? What's your reaction to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' comeback win versus the Rams?
Disappointed from the Rams. I mean, at the end of the day, you was up 26-7, and you don't close out that game. Philadelphia, they finally showed that they have their weapons and they didn't regress. A.J. Brown, to say that he didn't get any separation for these first 2 weeks, man. At the end of the day, just give this guy a chance. He's good on goal balls and slants. Let him run one of the two routes.
He diversified his game. You know what he added to his repertoire?
Stops.
The curl.
Yeah, that too. Shoot, at the end of the day, they neutralized Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts had to be asked to step up as a quarterback and make throws, make the plays with your arm, and quite frankly, he did. So for that point, I can shut up and give him his kudos. That was an extremely impressive performance from a team coming off. First off, they were 2-0. Second off, they start off hot in your trap. They tried to take it over. You come out of halftime, throw a quick touchdown to Goddard, and then from their point on, shoot, you had it rolling. So it was extremely impressive. All their weapons ate, from Devontae Smith to Dallas Goedert to A.J. Brown. The only person who really haven't still got it going with Saquon Barkley. I don't know if it was just a one-season wonder. I'm not sure. That offensive line, obviously Lane Johnson going out, obviously is going to affect that run game because he is the best right tackle in the league, arguably the best lineman in the league. So I'm extremely impressed with Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts showed me a lot. He showed me that he can turn it on when he wants to. The only problem is consistency. How often can you do this? How often can you show that I am one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and not only because my team, partly you can say the team doesn't require me to do so, but you're going to continue to get criticism with your inconsistent play if you show us games like this, and then you'll see another game where he barely throwing for over 100 yards. So,
I'm impressed with what I've seen from Philly. I don't think there's a complete team in the NFC. I mean, the 49ers seem like the biggest fool's gold out of all the undefeated teams in the NFL.
100%.
The Bucks, they're undefeated and they got an MVP caliber quarterback playing MVP caliber quarterback in football. But even with that being said, every game has literally came down to the final minute. That's kind of concerning if I'm a Tampa Bay fan. And then for the Eagles, it just seems like they're probably the most complete out of all the teams from that conference. The Rams, they walked into that game and they started off with an interception. The Eagles responded with an easy touchdown, but then 26 unanswered points from that squad. Matthew Stafford looking like Matthew Stafford, dominating. It just seemed like it was going to be a rude awakening for what Philly was going to be going for, and then all of a sudden they turned around. I don't know what those guys had to do to flip that switch, but they did it. Jalen Hurts proving to a lot of people why he is a top 10 quarterback. Didn't say best. They didn't say best in the conference, but when he needed to make plays, he made those plays, and he did it with his arm. Saquon hasn't looked like Saquon, but fortunately, A.J. Brown, they finally remembered who he is as a receiver. Devontae Smith made some plays. Shout out to Smitty. It's incredible what you could do with a number one receiving threat, and he's paired up with a Heisman Trophy winner. So that's insane. The tight ends got it. They were eating as well. The defense was making plays that allowed them to keep the game at arm's reach. And then when the rubber needed to meet the road, mind you, that game changing touchdown was on 4th down. So that was a huge throw. Like, everybody and their mama thought that it was either going to Saquon or going to A.J. Brown. And then what did they do? Quick speed out to Smitty. So that was an impressive play call by the offensive coordinator. And then the thing that worries me a little bit, though, is like the game was this far from reach. The Eagles found a way to claw themselves back into the game, and then Matthew Stafford still drove the troops down to go into prime field goal range. It just was a great play made by Jordan Davis to not only get the block, but to get the scoop and score to put the game out of reach when the clock hit 0. So it seems like the Rams, for as bad and devastating of a loss as that has been, along with how devastating their losses to Philly has been the past 2 seasons, they're probably still the best matchup out of anybody in the NFL against the defending champions. And if I'm Philly, I'm happy we're undefeated. I'm happy we're on top of the conference. But at the same time, I'm terrified to go up against a team like LA again.
Is Jaxson Dart going to solve the problems in New York?
No.
Hey, he said no.
Nah, bro. Like the team, he could bring hope to that squad. I mean, he realistically be the only other rookie quarterback that's getting playing time this early.
So he bringing that spark. We can't sit there and say he's not gonna bring that spark.
Yeah, he's gonna bring the spark, and he's gonna bring some level of faith towards Giants football. But like, that offensive line is putrid. Their play calling is god awful, and their defense isn't bad either. Like, they have a talented squad. I know that the Chiefs are missing a lot of pieces, but to say that they were in the game for as long as they were, then it's very telling how good of a team the Giants have in that infrastructure on that side of the ball. But that offense is like, Malik Neighbors just came off of the game of his life. And for him to not be involved until literally the last quarter of the game in a game that is as highly competitive as that against a team with the mystique level as high as the Chiefs, that's awful. That's terrible.
I mean, to be fair, though, he wasn't open. Like, obviously, I know what you are saying, though. Like, if that's your best playmaker, you're going to find a way to get the ball in his hands. But unfortunately, they wasn't going for it. Their game plan was simply to stop Malik Neighbors, not let him go off, keep the top off. Don't let him take the top off the defense and keep everything underneath him and shoot. They crowded him a lot, made him go through his reads and shoot.
To be fair, though, it is kind of hard to get worse, a 180 as bad as Russell Wilson. Like, he ended up playing the game of his life, 455 yards, I think, 3 or 4 touchdowns until overtime. And ever since then, it's just been terrible. Like, he 4th and goal with the game still in reach, and he threw it out the back of the end zone. Like, that is, you don't even give your guy a chance. I'd rather take a sack, a turnover, than just like, ain't nothing there. I think the game is on the line. You gotta at least do something.
But think about it from this standpoint too. The Dallas Cowboys is awful defensively. Caleb Williams just had his best day as a pro against him, and he'd been awful this year. Freaking Philadelphia, I mean, that was probably the one team you can sit there and say that they didn't really pop off to the extent that every other offense popped off against that Dallas defense. But they've been abysmal this year. So I I think that Russell Wilson Week 2 performance against Dallas, that was even more.
It's a fluke for sure.
Yeah, more fluky and more to the testament of how awful Dallas defense is.
I think, though, I will say this, like, it doesn't change anything for the Giants. Brian Daboll is still coaching for his job. Jim Moore is probably still coaching for his general manager position. Like, the Giants as a team, they haven't been competitive since the hype that Daniel Jones brung after going to the postseason. They put themselves in such a hellhole by giving him 4 years, 160. And granted, he's playing like he probably would have been worth it now, but he wasn't worth it back then when he was playing in the blue and red. And then when you ended up cutting bait with Saquon, it's like you got rid of your only viable threat on the offensive side of the ball prior to knowing who Malik Nabers was. Now you know who Malik Nabers is, and you're still having these inconsistent levels of trying to get him involved in the offensive side of the ball. The defense is very talented up front, but at the same time, when the infrastructure on that offensive unit is so putrid and bad to the point where your running game is non-existent for the most part. Tyrone Tracy, Devin Singletary, these guys, it just doesn't seem like it's going to make much of a difference. And Jaxson Dart, he's not going to help one bit. He might assist, he might get them maybe a win or two, but Giants, they're not changing life this season. They're not doing nothing.
I say that he's going to change life. I say that he's going to bring hope to that organization. I say that a quarterback can change everything. And I don't think he's giving his proper credit. Although there is a lot of problems on that team, I promise you, Russell Wilson had a lot of opportunities to scramble, and there was a lot of open lanes. What you think Jaxson Dart finna do with them lanes? Fresh 22-year-old, don't give a damn about his health. Like, sure, obviously, we seen what he did in the preseason.
I was gonna say, he hasn't had a bad. Like, anytime you see Jaxson Dart, it hasn't been bad so far.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, that was preseason, though. Like, these the big dogs. So, like, obviously, he hasn't been up against this level of competition. But I see Jaxson Dart as giving them hope. Jaxson Dart actually giving them that two-level dynamic of not only can I throw the football, but I can run it as well. You gotta stay accounted for my legs. And also, they did have Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was a god-awful passer in New York. Mm-hmm. Jaxson Dart can sling the rock. He can sling it. He can, he can run. I mean, shoot, we seen him. We literally seen him in that preseason game display his talent with his wheels. Malik Nabers is probably jumping for joy right now because not only, it's like, okay, at least I'm able to build. I'm able to grow with the franchise quarterback that we believe is Jaxson Dart. You got Wan'Dale Robinson. You got Theo Johnson, who's a relatively good tight end for the most part. You have guys, Cam Scatterboo, Jesse's favorite running back. He's showing week in and week out why he belongs in the and especially with Tracy. Tracy being out, Cam Scatterboo going to see the field a lot more, him and Devin Singletary. But I just say give him a chance. At the end of the day, Jaxson Dart, we don't know what he's going to be yet. But we know he's going to be better than Russ.
So you say he's going to change life?
100% change life.
Okay, so what is change life for the 2025 season?
I'm not saying make the playoffs. I'm not saying win a lot of games. I'm saying he could potentially win you 1, maybe 2 games.
That's an incredibly low standard.
No, I'm saying 1 to 2 games that you aren't expected to win.
Okay.
Like 1 or 2 upsets. Obviously, it's going to be a few games on the schedule where it's like, okay, y'all are the favorites. And it's not going to be a lot. But a few, I'm saying that he can get you a couple of them. But like I look at it from the standpoint of when the Texans had Deshaun Watson, and he was a fresh-on rookie. He rode the bench. He played his role. He checked into the game. When he checked into the game, he gave the whole city of Houston life. His first touchdown was that long run against Cincinnati. And as a Texan fan, I didn't care about the wins or the losses. I said, we got Deshaun Watson, and I can ride with that. We can build around this. This gives me hope. This brings excitement back to my football team. And at the end of the day, Jaxson Dart it's a lot of problems on New York that Jaxson Dart isn't going to be able to solve himself. But I promise you, just give him a chance. Give him a chance like you give every other quarterback a chance. He may be able to make water in the wine. I don't know.
I'm not for sure. He definitely gonna deserve a chance. Like I have the utmost faith that he'll probably end up being the best quarterback on that roster, and that's including with Jameis Winston, who has yet to touch the field in any significant manner. He's gonna have a tall task against them. He got the Chargers next, undefeated, top tier defense. A couple weeks after that, he got the Eagles coming to town. Like it's going to be some battles that he's gonna have to overcome. Now he got a little Pee-wee league against the Saints in 2 weeks, so that's gonna be interesting to see what he's able to do with that. But
Confidence booster.
yeah, but at the same time, like Jaxson Dart, he's a good quarterback. I don't hate him as a prospect whatsoever. He's one of the only quarterbacks I would have selected over Shador from when that was a controversial topic. But at the same time, like change life is one thing in terms of momentum for the next season, but change life in terms of turn the season around, like make them a competitive team competing for a division title or at the very least a winning record, that's a completely different ballgame.
Okay. Well, only time will tell.
All right, now it's time for T-Cal's top 5 power rankings.
All right, man, let's get into it, man. Big Verse, you know this is the best list in all the sports. Starting off at number 5, man, I have to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even though they are 3-0, like I said earlier, I'm not sold on these field goal wins against the abysmal Texan offense, the Jets, who have their backup quarterback in, and Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons. It's not good enough. It won't cut it. But so far, so good. You 3-0. I got to give you your props. Going to number 4, I have the Los Angeles Rams. Even though they did lose that game, they were still extremely impressive to me. Their defense is live. Their defense is ferocious. Obviously, I think they do need an extra cornerback. I mean, I think Quinn Lake is a little too small to be guarded wide receiver ones. We see what A.J. Brown did to him, Lil Boydum a lot of times. I mean, any cornerback on the Rams to this point, they brought Forbes. So, you know A.J. Brown is always a feast when he see Forbes out there. But I think the Rams offensively is a really good unit from their 2 receivers to their running back tandem. Corum is actually coming along really nicely. Their line is holding up in protection relatively well. Matthew Stafford's looking good for the most part. It's unexcusable losing a 26-7 lead, but at the end of the day, y'all played the Super Bowl champions. So I'll give you a little leeway for that. Moving on to number 3, I have Detroit Lions. My Detroit Lions, man. Detroit went into Buffalo. I mean, they went into Baltimore. They made a statement against one of the hottest teams in the league, hottest quarterbacks in the league. Their run game was ferocious. Their defense is actually somewhat solid this year. I mean, that's something that we don't really expect out of Detroit Lions football. But if they implement that new dynamic to this team with this level of offense, the sky's the limit for them. Moving on to number 2, man, I have the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, obviously, you destroyed on the Miami team. Josh Allen's playing the best at the position this year. Defense is a little shaky, but I mean, shoot, so far so good, 3-0. I can't say nothing bad. And obviously, number 1 is the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Going in there, taking care of business on your home field, 26-7 comeback. I mean, it was extremely impressive. Jalen Hurts finally showed why he was the Super Bowl MVP. He's finally showing this critics why we need to shut up and let him just do his job. Obviously, an honorable mention would be the Los Angeles Chargers. They are a 3-0 team, but 2, my explanation of why I don't have the Los Angeles Chargers at the top 5 team at this moment, I don't like Kansas City. I don't look at Kansas City with the same mystique as I did in previous years. The Raiders is obviously a horrendous team. We just seen they lost to Marcus Mariota in the backup quarterback, and the Broncos, even though they do have an elite side of defense, their offense is abysmal. Quarterback play is by far the worst in the league, and that was a very though all 3 of those games was very winnable games, and they won them. But it was nothing that moved me, like beating the Broncos and Bo Nix. Okay, that's your job. Go out there and beat Bo Nix, the worst quarterback in the league. Las Vegas Raiders. abysmal. They might have. I'm not gonna say worse O-line than us because we have the worst O-line, but they might have the second worst O-line in the league by far, and it's not even close. And then the Chiefs. We're vividly watching what's going on with the Chiefs right now. They don't look good at all. Even against New York, 22-9, they looked awful. So that's my 5. I know you like it. Number 1, Philly. Number 2, Buffalo. Number 3, Detroit. Number 4, LA. And number 5, Tampa Bay. Big Verse. What's your thought?
I got one change, and I also got a change in honorable mention.
I already know. I know what it is. He gonna say the Colts because they 3-0, even though they played a bunch of scrubs, and then.
Nah, I'm not gonna say them.
Oh.
It pains me to say this because it's gonna make me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna try to explain it the best way possible. I say Green Bay, and it's because of the fact that like they went up against the number 1 defense in the NFL. Like the offensive performance was putrid. It was awful. Like anything that was bad to describe it, everything in the dictionary times 2. But even with that being said, they only lost that game by 3 points, and that's against a Myles Garrett-led onslaught, a defensive backcourt that was extremely underrated heading into the season. Just that entire unit on that side of the ball, it's giving the Cleveland Browns life where they otherwise probably would have none. And they'd be the worst team in the NFL if it wasn't for it. So I got to give Green Bay some level of credit because I do feel that in the NFL, even when you're a great team, you are allowed to have some losses that are not the greatest on your resume, and that's understandable. Number 5, I'll go Tampa Bay. They don't have the greatest wins in the world, but they do find a way to squeak victories out. And there is value in that in any sport, including football. Baker Mayfield is looking like one of the top 3 quarterbacks of the league this season, like just off of statistical play. And his ability to continuously lead these teams down to victory constantly, week in and week out, it just seems like they have the most dramatic finishes just to get the same result. Like he literally had a trilogy, 3 straight games with game-winning drives against 3 different teams, mind you. An elite defense, a revigorated organization, and a team that had a lot of hype coming into the season in their division. Number 4, I like Detroit. It doesn't necessarily say that I think they're better than Green Bay. Hell, we seen what happened to them week 1. But when you respond the way that you did by going against your former offensive coordinator and having more than double the points that he dropped in that entire game, and then coming back the next week and dropping 5 total touchdowns, Amon-Ra is getting involved. He's honestly looking like a top 5 receiver in this NFL season.
Facts, 100% facts.
I'm not going to sit up here and fake it. Like, he is dominating. I know you're not the biggest fan of slot guys, but shoot, he's probably the best slot guy I've seen in a while.
And I told him he's better than the CD, by the way.
CD's still getting this stuff.
No, CD's nice, but Amon-Ra's a different breed.
It may be true. I'm not going to sit up here and argue that. But even with that being said, Jameson is getting involved early and often. The running game is still the best duo in the NFL. Jared Goff has proven why he's still an amazing quarterback when put in a proper situation that's unique to him. But at the same time, like, every quarterback wants the position of having nothing but weapons around them, but you got to be able to utilize those weapons to the best of your ability. Nobody's utilized it better than Jared Goff over the past season. And the defense, they just gave up 30 points. When you pressure MVP caliber quarterback 30+ times, get home 7 different times with multiple players, that's incredible. I got to give my kudos to them. 3, I like LA, but I'll take the other LA. Give me the Chargers. They have, I don't know if you noticed this, even with the level of competition that they played in the first 3 games of the season, every game they've played has been a divisional opponent. They're undefeated in the division. If they somehow found a way to give up the division to either Kansas City or Denver or Las Vegas, then that is a coaching malpractice by Jim Harbaugh. Because that team has basically put themselves in having a stranglehold of that division, and ultimately probably is the only other team that has a clear-cut chance of getting to a number 1 seed in that conference. 2, I got the Eagles. The resilience is obviously there. I'm just worried about their defense and probably not as much as I should be for the number one team. But even with that being said, they're still the cream of the crop in that conference, and they're the defending champs for a reason. And they showed why against probably the best team in that conference other than them. One, I got Buffalo. Take away the game against the Ravens. They're not going to play the Ravens every single week. They already have a stranglehold of that division ever since Brady jumped ship to Tampa Bay. And they've probably been the most consistent team in the NFL. Granted, they didn't go up against the greatest competition. Jets and Miami is two completely different stories from Baltimore. But how many teams are we expecting to be on the level of Baltimore that's on their schedule? Maybe Kansas City, and that's if they get their weapons back and their level of mystique. So at this point in time, I got Tampa Bay 5, Detroit 4, Chargers 3, Eagles 2, Buffalo 1.
All right, different list. Can't be mad about it. You got a lot of 3-0 teams in there. But we got next week to see if your list is actually valid or not. But so far, I'm not a fan of the Chargers. I like the Chargers. They take care of business. Division wins are hard. Don't get me wrong, but hey, I'm not the biggest fan of that division. So
fair enough. Just viewers, keep in mind that there's some people that weren't the biggest fan of Jesus too.
Hey, bro, what?
Hey.
Last but not least, we have our Week 4 score predictions. For our Thursday night football, our first game is the Seahawks versus the Cardinals.
That should be a relatively decent game. Give me Seattle. I'll take Seattle in a 31-20 win.
I really like Seattle. It's just a shame that I got to stick with my guns. Give me the Cardinals. They playing at home too. Give me a close one, 23-20.
On Sunday, we have the Chargers playing the Giants.
Oh, the Chargers and the Giants?
Yeah.
The 3-0 Chargers versus the 0-3 Giants.
I do want to go with the upset, but I won't because I know how real that Charger defense is. Give me the Chargers in a 28-17 game.
First start for Jaxson Dart. Hey, I don't think he'll do too high. Give me 30-13.
The 0-3 Titans versus the 0-3 Texans.
Man.
Battling it out to get their first win.
All right, give me 17-20 Texans. Field goal at the end of the game.
Give me 10-7 Texans. At this point, nothing shocks me.
The Commanders versus the Falcons.
Give me the Commanders 35-14.
Is Jaden back?
No, but sure, it don't matter. It's the Falcons.
Give me 24-21 Commanders.
The undefeated Eagles play the undefeated Bucks.
Give me the undefeated Bucks. Now, this would be where the Eagles finally take their first defeat. Even though Mike Evans is out, I still have faith in Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. Give me 27-24.
One of these teams is going to learn that playing with fire is dangerous. And I think that team will probably be the Eagles. Give me the Bucks. 30-33.
Then we have the Browns playing the Lions.
Oh, that's going to be a tricky game. Give me the Lions, though. I'll take the Lions in the 24-10 game.
One of the best offenses versus one of the best defenses. You know what, bro?
Doubling it?
Cleveland. This is for you. Give me them Browns, man. Give me a 17-14.
Okay.
Next game is Ravens versus the Chiefs.
Give me, oh gosh, that's gonna be the ultimate hate watch for me. I'm not gonna sit there and cap. I hate both of them.
I know why you hate the Chiefs. Why you hate the Ravens as a team.
I've never liked the Ravens, but I'll take the Ravens in this game. 27-17.
I need the Chiefs' nose in the dirt. They done tortured my franchise too many times. Go ahead and give me the Ravens.
Sure, we getting tortured by everybody else. So at this point, the Chiefs are irrelevant.
True. They got a better record than us.
The 0-3 Saints play the 3-0 Bills.
3-0 Bills will demolish them. Give me 48-10.
If this game is not double digits by halftime, I might have to call for some people to get
We
fired.
saw the game in Miami.
Yeah, but that's division. This is a team that has a quarterback starting that has never won a game as a starter.
Yikes.
Yeah.
We have the next game is the Vikings playing the Steelers in Dublin.
Vikings and Steelers, that's going to be a relatively decent game. But give me the Vikings, though. Give me the Vikings in a, I'll take the Vikings 34-27.
Steelers been surprising me, but so have Minnesota. I think this will probably be the highest scoring game of the weekend. But, give me the Vikings. I like it in probably a 35-38.
Next game is the Panthers playing the Patriots.
Oh, my gosh. That's just pitiful.
Teams are 1-2.
Give me the Patriots. I'll take the Patriots in the 17-21 ball game.
Bryce, this is how you start up the momentum. You get a good game, and now you just got to keep it going.
Against bad teams.
What King George say? This train gonna keep on rolling. But give me the Panthers. Keep pounding.
Look.
Next we have the Jaguars playing the 49ers.
Jaguars and 40. Give me the 49ers. Oh, my goodness. The Mac Jones return party. I will take... I'll take Mac Jones and the 49ers 24-10.
I'm not the biggest believer in the 49ers, but, I mean, when you got a last place schedule, you could do a lot of things with that. Give me San Fran.
Next game is the Colts playing the Rams. The 3-0 Colts versus the 2-1 Rams.
Give me the Rams. I think this is where it ends for the Colts. Give me the Colts. Give me the Rams in a 31 to, that's going to be high, 31-28 ball game.
What city they playing in? They playing in L.A.?
LA.
This is a dome regardless. So.
It's a dome regardless, but it's a dome that's not in Indianapolis. Just for that sake alone.
You can take Andy.
Nah, I'm shocked by Indiana Jones, but this is McVay and Matty Ice. And I ain't talking about Matty Ice and Matt Ryan.
All right, our next game is the Bears versus the Raiders.
Give me the Bears, man. Give me the Bears. I'll take the Bears in a 27-10 matchup.
I'm not a believer in Chicago. And I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. They got a dub against probably the worst defense in the NFL. I like the Raiders in this matchup. They're going to bounce back.
And our Sunday night game is the Packers playing the Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Micah's
Give me
reunion.
the Packers, man. This might be a rout. Give me 42-17.
42. Damn.
In Dallas.
Damn.
42-17.
And they said that Jerry not doing a tribute to bro, so he pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, give me the Packers. Dallas will put up some points, just not enough. Give me 35-20.
And then for Monday Night Football, we have two games. We have the Bengals playing the Broncos.
Well, you know where I stand. Broncos country.
That's right.
I mean, I guess you can give the Broncos a default win just off of the quarterback situation alone. Give me 20-14.
And then Monday night, we also have the Jets and the Dolphins playing for their first win.
Oh my gosh! Really?
That's the booty bowl.
Give me the. Oh God!
Is that on? It's like is that the? That's the. Oh man.
Man, that's trash. Give me Miami will get that first win this week, and I don't like either team. But give me Miami. Oh gosh.
The Jets go 0-4.
I'm inspired by New York though.
28-20. That's just gross. Yeah.
I like New York. I like them as an organization. Like they're finally looking to end the longest playoff drought in the NFL, and this is how you do it, by giving the fans something to believe in. Might as well beat a team that's on the same caliber as you.
Man, And with that being said, man, I know that is a conclusion of our week 4 prediction. So that is a conclusion of Check the Stats podcast, episode 70. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow my boy Big Verse, me, Sam, man, he ain't here. He right here in spirit. And Big Jess on all our socials, man. We're going up from here, man. Stay tuned to the live reactions that we have after post games. They will be under the live tab on our YouTube channel. Big Verse, Jesse, appreciate you doing the business. With that being said, Verse, you got any words of encouragement for the fans out there that done tuned in to this long episode before we get up out of here?
Hey, if you're a Houston fan, this is the moment we take a stand. This is the moment where we do our big one. Either you go big or you go home. And we ain't doing nothing big anytime soon. I bought 4 jerseys. Haven't worn none of them shits. I got them in different colors. And if these boys don't win when I pull up on Sunday afternoon, 12 o'clock, with an open stadium in NRG, bright early and bushy-tailed, against his team, then at the end of the day, I gotta call a spade a spade. This Texans team ain't ready to go. So Texans, drop your nuts, lock in, and do what must be done not only for our sakes, but to smite the sakes of a guy like him. At the end of the day, that's facts. And if you ever need them facts, from a real Houstonian like myself, do us all a favor and check them stats.
Yeah. Hey, this dude here.
I will say that's the main reason I wanted to keep JG.
Probably don't have what's his name? I'm in as point guard.
They say we don't even got money to sign a vet to him.
Yeah, I seen that. So.
That's crazy. Niggas can't even sign Russ.
That I'm not opposed.
Shit, something.
Pause. Are you subscribed to Check the Stats podcast, man? While we on this pause, you make sure you go on that YouTube link and you subscribe to Check the Stats podcast, or you gonna make my boy Maury sad, man.
I'm gonna do something crazy. All right, on to the next topic though, man. With the addition of...
Sorry. Like, pull your shorts down.
Oh yeah, that nigga looked naked in the last video. Like, nigga in the last video. I say, where the fuck is your shorts at, nigga? Hey, nigga.